Welcome to Jackal Nest, episode 5, segment 3.
Yep.
Unfortunately, last week we had somebody that wants to just totally, what's the right word? They want to take the show over, basically.
I wasn't sure where you were going with that, so I didn't know what
I'm not
word
sure
to-
either. That's what I'm telling you. LD lays it out, and she might seem like I'm in charge, but really she's playing me. I don't even know what I'm going to do. So we had this comment from Fazzle Vaz Freak Detector 7580, our old friend.
Yeah. From one of our from the very first episode,
Was
right?
it the first one or the second one?
I think it was
the second.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because you had to comment on something.
Well, no, I meant he commented on the first episode.
You're right.
Yeah.
He commented on the first one.
Yeah.
Um,
So our old friend is back.
He's back. He's back with a vengeance because there's some very, very tricky stuff going on in this comment if you read it. Okay. As far as the wrestling world, hold on, let me say
Yeah,
this was a comment on the thing I had to apologize for at the beginning of the show. Tony Khan. So we had to comment, we said some stuff about Tony Khan. We're talking about wrestling in general, and then also the Tony Khan thing. So let's read this comment. I'll start over again. As far as the wrestling world, the more amateurish looking, the better. Let's talk about that. No, the more amateurish looking, the better. That's never correct. What if you were like an artist and you were trying to paint a nice picture? If it looked amateurish, it would be bad. I mean, even if you look at Jackson Pollock, who looks like he just throws stuff at the screen, he's apparently very awesome, according to everybody else but me. You may have found your niche. Now all you need is a costume and the occasional attack cameo. Now let's talk about attack cameo.
What is that?
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
I have no idea. I've never
attack
heard that.
Cameo. What is an attack cameo? Shit, that's like when you watch something like a fight on Reddit and somebody just punches them in the mouth while the other person is punching them. Is that an attack cameo?
I don't know.
I think what he's talking about in wrestling is called a run-in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like when somebody just runs in and attacks them and leaves, maybe? Can't be a promo, because that's insane.
That's honestly what I thought it was.
You think he means a promo?
I think so.
You need like a verbal attack cameo?
I think so.
Well, that's not ready to wrote, so we're going to write run in right here. Run. And then we're going to write this out here in your beautiful handwriting. Into my even more beautiful handwriting. And then the next thing says, you might have made it on time had you stopped checking the time. Well, that just doesn't make sense. How am I going to know if I don't check? What, you expect me to get a clock, a stopwatch, something? You expect me to invest in this shit? Have you looked at our views? We're not investing in this just yet. Wait, you actually care about the time? That's a classic Fazzle Vaz Freak Detector 75 sarcastic comment. Classic.
Yeah.
But it's
For
stupid,
sure.
so it's dumb. It doesn't matter. That was just an attempt at humor that didn't work. All right. Now, I started looking at this. Now, when you first look at this, you think, obviously, this person is a huge Tony Khan fan. It's an AEW fan, for sure. He's trying to throw us off by writing dumb shit like attack cameo. That's a clever rouge.
A rouge?
Rogue.
Ruse?
Rouge.
Ruse.
That's a clever Russian. And he's trying to not let us see what he's doing. because he doesn't want to out himself as an AEW fan of wrestling, because then we'll tear him apart on that. But I'm not going to tear him apart on that. You know why?
Why?
Because it's some fucking Dune shit. That's why. It's a fade within a fade. That was to throw me off of what he's really saying. Let me show you what he's really saying.
All right.
Let's look at this name. Let's look at this name.
Okay.
Faisal Vaz. What do you think that means? Absolutely nothing. That's to throw you off. So that's nothing. Freak detector. That's almost nothing. But if you take this down right there and you add right there, Fred detector. Who the fuck's Fred? I don't know. Because detector's bullshit. What it's saying, look, you get down here, he says, now you found your niche. Niche. Friedrich Nietzsche. That's what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Oh, do you know about Friedrich Nietzsche?
Just a little bit.
He's a philosopher. Mm-hmm. Or he was one before he died like a bitch.
Oh my gosh.
But Friedrich Nietzsche is a big hero of the alt-right.
Oh.
Now, I tried to enunciate that clearly so everybody could hear what I'm saying, because I know I can kind of, be blow up. I can kind of sound like Nirvana sometimes when I talk. But he's an alt-right guy.
You think so?
Yeah, and fits perfectly with AEW because they're alt-right, You got, listen, what's his name?
Well, you do have Chris Jericho.
Yes, I was about to say that fat guy that looks like a lesbian. Chris Jericho. His wife was at the Capitol thing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he was.
She was at the insurrection.
He done a lot to Trump. Now, you guys keep in mind, this is not a political show. It's not political. But we got to suss out what's going on here.
Right, right.
And so we obviously have a huge Chris Jericho fan who is trying to signal to us, because he's probably also QAnon with this kind of
conspiracy thing.
Conspiracy cooking kind of language he's using.
Right.
It's Fred Nietzsche. What's some of the Fred Nietzsche quotes? That does not kill you, makes you stronger.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the idiotic thing he said the one time. So what he's saying by that is that this is something Joe Rogan said recently too. Hard times make people hard, right? Mm-hmm. Makes them stronger. That's what he says. Mm-hmm. It also kills a lot of people for no good reason. So this guy doesn't care if people die for no reason. I'm sure he's totally down with a lot of the kind of warfare that gets played nowadays. We're not going to get too much into it, but by looking at this, I'd venture to say this guy probably does not stand with Palestine, if you get my drift.
Mm.
Now, just for y'all to know, we disagree with any kind of violence whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like killing innocent people to any degree. I don't like warfare being waged if there's a way around it, which there 9 times out of 10 should be. But this guy obviously does want to just totally eradicate whole groups of people. And that's pretty sad. And, where are we at on time here? We should definitely check time while we're reading this.
We should, yeah. 8 minutes.
8 minutes. So, although I love this person as a person because they live and breathe on this planet Earth, and I wish nothing but good for everybody.
I think I remember who this person is from my not childhood.
Oh my God, what?
Because I don't want to call them out and say where I know them from, but from when I was younger, let's say, I remember this person.
If I knew this person with these ideas they're expressing on this board that are pro-genocide, I would not have anything to do with them, personally. So this pro-genocide commenter, I don't know. He probably celebrates Columbus Day, if you get my drift.
Oh my gosh.
Probably celebrates it quite a bit. Probably gets mad, you know. He probably hates when like statues are taken down of horrible people. He's probably like, yeah, you know, put the Hitler statue back up. It's just sad, really. I feel bad for him.
You do.
Mm-hmm. Because I have a conscience.
You don't think he has one?
Conscience is relevant. Relevant?
Mm-hmm. You said it right.
Like it depends, you know? Like if, you know, depends on what you think is right and wrong. Depends on what your conscience believes, you know. You could beat yourself up because of your conscience because you didn't kill enough people today, you know. And that's kind of where this guy obviously is. But I just also want to say, don't, you know, always feel free to criticize us because we will always look at criticism very rationally and fairly about what it is, you know. And we take it to heart when you tell us that something needs to be fixed and it could be done better. I'm ready to do it better. Mm-hmm. Trust me. As long as I have the power to do it, that's what I will do. And I will try to be better for you people. Because I love you so much. I even love him. As bad as he is. Maybe we could turn them together. You know? If you see him in the comments, you might just say, hey, bud, everybody loves you. Maybe it's time for you to love everybody else. Y'all take it easy. I love everybody. Thank you.
Peace and love.